Hey guys. Okay, this is my day-to-day reports I'm making. Okay, so the first thing that happened since the last report video or day-to-day video is I had sex with Christine in the spirit world. Not by choice. Here in my brain. Knew nothing about it. So it turns out Tina pulled Christine aside and had a big chat with her when I was doing something else, making my trains. It's in another video I reported. I told this story, but I'll tell it again. She had a big chat with Christine. Me, Christine was just a fake girlfriend to keep other people off me, away from me, and you know, and that's the way it's been. But um, the priestess scenario, she wants to be with me, but if priestess psychology and my psychology, I'm dating Christine. That plays out no more relationship between me and priestess. So we can give up, she can give up that obsession. And she's messed up. So what Christ did was put me in his manger where everybody can see, put me in, tricked me into my room, which is a special little apartment, and no one can see, and the noise goes away. They made it out of special tiles, so they can't see in, and the noise goes away. I'm in there. I ain't now. I had this sleep deprivation thing where I couldn't sleep, or yeah, I couldn't sleep. So I was awake for almost a day and a half, and I finally go to sleep in Christ's cradle manger. I didn't know Christine was in that room with me, how she got in or whatever. Next thing I know, I'm having sex with her, and man, it was real. It was real as real can get. Anyway, after that, I was pissed. Not as I normally would by being psyoped into sex with somebody, and then they lie about it because Christine's a really cool person, and I respect her a lot. So the thing was, I was mad that Christ had to put me through a psyop just to get me laid, just to prove a psychological, to do a psychological thing on Priestess and me to end our connection in my head. Now, Christ was either going that way, or he was going that way, or they figured because I haven't had sexual release in so long that by making me have sex, tricking me into having sex, it would put me to sleep and psychologically between me and Priestess end that relationship where I wouldn't have no more of her in my head. And it seemed to have worked. One or the other, one way or the other, it's gone away considerably over 1 day period. Now I've been cutting strings between me and her a lot. Like every time I lay down to go to sleep. So that has something to do with it too. And I think me cutting the strings, I cut so many goddamn strings the other day that Christ told me it would knock me out. It would mess me up really bad by cutting the strings. He goes, he said, you'll lose yourself. If you cut too many strings all at once, you'll lose yourself. and he gave me a 3-day limit between when he does it, separates us, and he uses a funeral speech when he does it. Not a rich, eulogy. He calls it a eulogy. If that's what a eulogy is, fine, whatever. I don't know, fucking know. Anyway, he gives me a eulogy and then he separates us, but he doesn't do it all at once. We're still connected, but a lot of it is separated. The strings and the energies and all that. He has to wait 3 days before he does it again. It's about the third or fourth day, but I kept on cutting strings. Now, I think that's why I had so much energy and couldn't sleep, or psychological, I couldn't sleep, because I was cutting all them strings, and he said it would mess me up, so therefore, then he gave me, and I was really mad at like fury, rage, but that was brought on from past events and rapes that I've been through with other craze. So I couldn't, and I knew I couldn't. But I was still pissed that he went. I like, just tell me, all right? I'm a big boy. You can fucking tell me. Whatever. He didn't weigh my past experiences. I don't think Christ thinks I'm over all my past experiences. I'm not. I'm still traumatized by him. I want fucking revenge. I want to beat the fuck out of these people that did that to me. And they're in jail right now, so I can't. And forgiveness, well, it ain't there yet, okay? Maybe after I get the good kick in his ass, I can forgive these people kicking their asses. I've forgiven friends in this lifetime for fucking jacking me, stabbing me in the back. I forgive them, and I move on. These motherfuckers. 175 years ain't enough. Anyway. That happened. That is event. That was an event I had with this Christ. And that is supposed all these things he's doing to me, including dreams and stuff, separates my psychology from hers. Her psychology. Now he's doing this Christ working her too, helping her out. So that helps. But I cut the strings every day. I just did it twice. Oh, I slept for 12 hours. And I woke up once, ate some food, and went back to bed for another 6 hours. So I think I'm all caught up. But being a Christ cradle, he makes you sleepy. I don't know how, energy wise, whatever. And I want to go to sleep for another 6 hours, man. Anyway, be that as what it is, what it is. I was next event that happened. I was talking to some people. My soul was talking to some people. Christ wanted me to meet different people from different cultures and see how I reacted because they always say I'm angry in dealing with other people. So he goes, well, he told me, he goes, in my brain and my soul, he goes, I'm going to let you meet other people. I want to, so you can meet them and talk to them. I'm like, okay. So I was talking to somebody, and this is over a 2-day period. I just woke up from meeting a bunch of people from different cultures and things. So I'm doing this, and the guy goes, hello, my name is blah, blah, blah. How are you? Nice to meet you. I'm like, yeah, same to you. How are you? Nice to meet you. My soul, I'm out of it. I don't even fucking want to talk. My brain. So I'm just sitting there watching, and my soul's talking. And I'm watching. And he goes, I heard about you that you put people in jail. And all of a sudden, Tina yells out, you put 62 people in jail. And He goes, "You put 62 people in jail?" And I go, "Yeah." And then my soul started talking about things that happened. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, 62? Holy shit. I thought it was like no more than 20, but they had friends. So when a Christ rapes you and he gets caught for doing it, well, all the people that are working with him, yeah, they go to jail too. So I guess that doubles the process. And I only think of the main character in the fucking drama. So 62, man. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. That happened. I thought that was interesting. Just a little updates. This is day-to-day updates. What's going on? The next thing that happened was a reoccurring dream, and I didn't know this was a reoccurring dream that Chris had between me and the priestess, and it's been going on for 2 months. So, this is a dream. I'll make it real quick. Um, but I don't want to screw it up, right? I'm with two girls, and these two girls give me their dog, and I'm in this apartment with these two girls, and one of them comes up and says, "Can you watch my dog while I'm gone?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I got this dog, and this dog is annoying. It's not a real, and it's an annoying dog. So I carry it like that, and I carry it around. And then I'm looking for someone else to pawn it off to because I don't want to take care of it. And the girl that gave it to me is not coming back. Okay, so I'm like, well, fuck. I don't want to take care of this dog. I mean, I like dogs, but damn. And then it pisses on me. The dog pisses on me. And I'm like, as I'm carrying it, it pisses on me. I'm like, fuck. And so I'm trying to find someone to pawn this dog off. And I remember I had a recurring dream about this exact same dream. Two girls and a dog. Now it correlates to my other dream. And that dream was about the priestess. My innocence was the priestess. The dog is innocence. But I don't want the dog here. So I'm trying to get rid of the dog. But the priestess is the dog symbol representation. The reason why priestess is the dog symbolic representation in the dream is because between me and priestess, in another perception dream, Coco, my dog, in physical reality, this one, my brain orientates itself to that love for your dog, innocence, playing. And that dog, Coco, was in reality. In another dream perception of whatever the fuck it is. Sorry, I don't got all the words for this heavy shit. In that dream, these girls give me the dog, meaning priestess gives me her heart. I accept it. And then they leave. Then she leaves, which is a 200-year span between me and her, as Daniel Boone to now. I'm looking to get rid of it from an ego perspective because I think it's a dog and I don't want the dog. I can't take care of it. So give it away. But we're still hooked up in the heart. And then it pisses on me. Fuck you. And basically that's what it's saying when it pisses on me. Hence the relationship with the priestess. And so what I did was I put the dog down, said, "You're free to go." Smacked it in the ass and it ran away. But I did that after I woke up. As a symbolic representation, I don't want you anymore. Go away. Do you get it? So that's the priestess in a nutshell between me and her. And I would have got there on my own, but Christ is helping. So be that as it may. Oh, this is cool. And during one of the same conversations where I was meeting these new people, and then Chris was making me meet and talk to these new people so he can see how I relate to socialization. So these people from other faiths, cults, religions, Buddhas, and sectarian religious Christian groups and everything, they come over and talk to me. And it's all so Christ can see how I communicate with other people that are different cultures than I am. And I don't even fucking have one. I'm just a Christian. But they're putting all their fucking their Christian things. But wherever I am, it's pretty mellow. Like, anyway, I don't have a religion or cults or anything. I have Christ consciousness. That's my teaching. I don't even. I know. I know. I'm not stupid. I don't know everything, but I know the way. Natural law. You go on Christ consciousness, and it gets this, all this extra stuff to put you on that path. But you don't fucking see the path because you're so wrapped up in fucking drama bullshit. Anyway, I'm talking to these people. Oh no, I don't even know who I was talking to, but I was talking to someone. And no, I overheard a conversation. That's what it was. I overheard them talking when I was trying to fall asleep. And they were all yipping. And somebody was there talking to them. And they were telling them about me. And the beast came up in the conversation. And then that grabbed my attention. So now I'm looking and listening. And I think Julie said, Richie saw the beast. Richie saw the beast. Now you can see Lucifer, but I didn't know you could see the beast. And I know what the beast is. Beast is war, like literally. In this reality, it's war. World War II, the beast. It's a fucking beast. Now, and the politicians that started it, well, they're all going to hell. Or they got a long way to go to get back to where they want to be. Stupid motherfuckers. Anyway, go die. Just, my little message to them. Fuck you. I hate your fucking guts. Okay. Good luck with that. Have a nice time. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. My anger takes over my brain, man. I swear to God. They're all talking, Richie seen the beast. And I'm like, what fucking beast? What? And I'm thinking, what's. And I knew the beast was war. And Lucifer is embracing hate and becoming hate, personified hate. So when you're angry with someone and you fucking hate them, you own it, and you become you internally become hate. Fucking hate. Then that's Lucifer. Now they're saying I seen the beast. They ain't even been born on the earth at all. None of them, other than Tina from my Russian past life. That's where we met. Thing is, I seen the beast. So the beast. Now there's two meanings you can get from that. I seen war. I've seen war in my past lives, and she mentioned that it was in the past life. She mentioned that to them. So I was in a war, Daniel Boone, and other wars further back. So is that what she was saying? I seen the beast. I seen the war, or was it I was in the war and I had to become the war to survive? Is that seeing the beast? Now, when the war is over, you let it go internally. You understand? So when you let war go internally, you're no longer the beast, and then you can go get healed up by Christ again. And this is past life, past life, past life. So I seen the beast because I was in a war. I seen it personally. That's what she's saying. So which one does it mean? Maybe both. The beast is war. Riding from a whole bunch of Lucifers that created it. People, the politicians that create the war are Lucifers because they're doing it out of hate or just stupid ignorance, whatever. The people who implement, pre-plan, socially engineer with propaganda that create the war and the fear and the fucking panic, and it ain't stopped. They're Lucifers, and they're doing it out of hate. So that's Lucifer, and then the beast is the war, and everybody just fucking kills each other. And then the politicians, okay, no more war. Fuck. I don't fucking believe how this shit works. Anyway, she said I saw the beast, and that I think that came right back to what she was referring to was I was in a war, which was boom. That's the only one I could think of, unless there's another one I was in I don't know about yet. So the only in World War I and World War II, I was born in World War II, but only lived like 2 months as a baby, and then the building blew up. And I died. So I was on the earth for 2 months in Hitler era, 30s, 40s. And if I was born then and I stayed alive, probably wouldn't be here today. Think about that shit. That's cool. Anyway, being as may, Hitler history unfolds the way it unfolds. And there you go. That's my update for January 16th and 17th. It's 17th now, 9 a.m. I just woke up after 12 hours of sleep. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Hey, guys. You wouldn't believe what I just ended in my dream. You wouldn't believe it. All right. So this is our last 2 days. I'm going to make this up quick. So I'm going to bed at lunchtime. And Jesus Christ stuck me in a ashram that was in St. Lucian. So it's like multicultural place, and he stuck me in this ashram. I don't know what culture specifically lives in ashrams or religions or anything, but I'm in there and I'm trying to figure out why. He says these people, the people that run the ashram or Buddhas or whatever the hell they are, they want to what the hell? They were going to teach me to respect people and don't hate other religions. Don't hate the people in other religions and some other things. And I'm like, whatever. So I'm in this ashram for like an afternoon. And then 5:30 came and they took me out and I went and did my trains. And the people there wanted me to use my seeds. So I'm there and they wanted me to use my seeds. And I went. And then my kids were there, and Tina and Jesus, and these Buddha people in ashram. You can find out on Google. I didn't really look. I think it has to do with India, Pakistan, or something. And I don't hate them. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked their. What's one of the cooler religions, or if it is a religion. But anyway, I thought it was one of the, like, people always hating on what are they called? The fucking guys in the airport. Them guys. Me, they bring me joy. Just looking at them, I start laughing. And they're dancing around, having a good time. And I'm like, what does it take in your fucking mind to do that, right? And I'm like, holy shit. So I was always had a good way with them. And they're really nice. I served them coffee in a coffee shop. And they were just very, very Yoda shit. Very cool. And I respected that, man. So anyway, I liked them, even though it was they're I go. I'm thinking, man, they're all gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know what I mean. To dance around the airport like that, singing them songs. But my seeds are glowing, and I'm happy, so I don't mind them. It's like, in Star Wars when they're walking through the bar and they're meeting all the different aliens. They're a bunch of aliens to me, and they're nice ones, and they're doing their thing, and so I never had a problem with them. And it's like that for the Ashram people. They're all Buddhists and they're all nice, and everybody's happy. So hey, I'm good with it. I like that stuff. So I think that's why JC stuck me in there. I go anyway. I had a good time there. We were talking about things that made me make him some cigarettes. Okay, I don't want to make this video too long because, damn, it's hard to render. It takes 2 fucking hours to render. So the next thing that happens, he pulls me out. I made him cigarettes, and I made him. Mostly it was just talking after that about my seeds and what I do and what. And mostly it was the girls, my soul. I was just watching here. So I leave there, and as I'm leaving, as Christ picks me up to take me to my seeds, take me to the train station where I make the trains. Someone said the seeds, so I checked about my seeds, made a comment, a random comment. So I checked my seeds, and something was wrong with them. I didn't know. So I screamed out, "Hey, check my seeds. Is everything all right?" It wasn't. I only had 7. Somebody came and stole a bunch. Well, I got 16. Remember that. I had 16. And I go, Christ goes, "You only got 7." And he sent out an alert that somebody robbed my seeds, took my seeds. So he sent out through all the Christs. He goes, "We're going back, don't worry." And I go, "I know." I'm going back. So this is what happened after that. So I got 7 seeds now. Somebody took a handful. I don't know how many that is. 7. 7 sevens, what? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 9. Anyway, I'm listening to Tina and I'm listening to Julie and Elizabeth. And they're all screaming, freaking out that someone took my seeds. Then Tina goes, "Rich had 17 seeds to Christ," so he could put it in a report as he was, whatever, however they do it. So if one Christ makes a report, an alert, it goes out to all the Christs. And I'm thinking, who the fuck could have took my seeds? When? Then I thought back, and then I got it. It just came to me. The guy who I did the shift with the 18-mile thing where I brought my house. We were 18 miles away from my house. I told his wife to stay there. He was here with me. I used my seeds. I hooked my seeds up with his, so we came closer to each other, and he could see through me. And I just willed it up to happen, and we're standing in the doorway of my house, and I took one step in the doorway, and we were at my house, me and him. So I'm thinking he did it. Christ, then I get to the train station. Christ goes, "Open your mind. I want to see the experience." So, and this is the priest guy. He's a priest. So I'm at home. Oh, actually, I'm on a computer when this happened. I meditated at the computer, just relaxed, opened my mind, and saw it play back. I played it back for Christ. After I did that, I went down to the basement and fell asleep while I was laying there listening to everybody. And I was laying there sleeping. The girl came up beside me while everybody was upstairs drinking coffee and talking about stuff. I was trying to sleep. And she took the seeds. And it was a priest's wife that took the seeds. So I told Christ that. Boom. He took off. He was gone. Then I was at the train station, and Christ took the information, the experience, saved it. I hooked up to Super Christ way up at 16. And I didn't talk to him or anything. I just hooked up to him with my 7 seeds and beamed him. And I'm drilling. I didn't have 17 seeds. Now this Tina, she goes, "Yeah, you did. We didn't tell you you had 17 in case this happened. So we know somebody took them." I mean, "You did?" She goes, "Yeah. You." Now, when my mom came down to give me the last 3 seeds, there was 2, one in each finger, one in this finger, and one in this finger, and she stuck them in me. When I saw that, it was 2 seeds, but one was a little bit bigger than the other one. Okay, so there might have been 2 seeds in this one, but I only saw 2. One seemed a little bigger to me, but I never ever mentioned it. 17 seeds. So I'm like floored that I got 17 seeds. So then, crazy, I'm still beaming Super Christ. The Christ that's in me, he's off looking. And the preacher man, preacher, priest or preacher with his wife, they were gone already from yesterday. I think they were gone. They left the day before. It turns out, all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I see a big thumb come right at me, like a huge thumb, like this big. And on it was a circle of seeds, like a circle, which was interesting. How he played them out on his finger as it was sort of like a clock. It looked like the numbers on a clock, the letters, numbers. Fuck. I just woke up, guys. And anyway, I put my heart up to his thumb. He said they're being arrested or something. I just heard that in my head as I put my heart, and then the thumb went away. He says they're being arrested. So I told Christ that I got my seeds back. Then So he heard me. I didn't even say anything. It's all soul. Just like talking to the ETs. That's what I did with Super Grace. Just focus my message on him. He feels it, sees it, knows it, gets my seeds back for me. This is fucking awesome, man. Awesome. Just like the ETs. Just like the ETs. Then, after that, I made my trains. I fell asleep. Christ came in and took me out of the train station, and I'm in the illusion. And I'm like, what am I doing in the illusion? I'm making fucking trains, man. He goes, you had to stop making trains because there's people after you from the seeds. Turns out his buddies in the whatever that place was called. I wrote it down, but damn if I can find it in this notebook. I can't remember the name of the place. Are looking for you, or they're looking. They might come after you. And I'm like, I don't need a war with them guys, man. Don't get me in a war with them guys. He goes, well, things happen, but no war came of it. Then I go to sleep for the night. It's midnight here in reality, and I'm beat tired, so I go to bed. First part of the night, up to 3 o'clock, was fine. I just slept. And I was supposed to go back to the ashram after I was done making the seeds. But those guys were after me, and I don't think the ashram people wanted. And they're really nice. One girl's got an annoying voice. Anyway, she's nice. And I was supposed to go back there, but I didn't. Christ kept me here because I didn't. He didn't want me or want them being involved with another war or whatever. So I woke up in the middle of the night. Priestess was in there yapping, fighting, going crazy, and my subconscious was laughing at her. And that's all I know about that. I took her out and cut the cords. Well, they weren't cords; they were loogies with a little face on the end. So there was like 5 of them. I pulled them out. This is from the priestess, okay? She's gone crazy now, but she is huge in the community. Now, people on her side are out to fucking kill me, literally. And they bashed my head in, kicked me in the head. Watch the past videos. Then I pull her out. I fall back asleep. Now I'm in Christ Manger the whole last 2 days, the last week, pretty much. I go to sleep and I go into this dream. This is a heavy dream, man. Check this out. This is huge. This fucking feels so good. I'm in this heavy dream and I'm in this one room that has my train set on it. It's like a warehouse. It looks like a warehouse. And there's a bit of track on each table, and there's about 20 tables. Well, for some reason, I don't know why, but I'm working with this girl who's my old boss in the coffee shop, and she's doing something to this room that she has. So I gotta move it. So I gotta pack up the tables. They're fold tables. The legs fold. Click, click, whatever. And I pick up my train set, and there's only track laid, so there ain't no buildings or anything like that. So there's only track. So I gotta take it, walk through a courtyard where there's a big pond with a sprinkler thing in the middle and ducks. Oh, it's a huge ass pond, but it's rectangle. It ain't circle. But there's a fountain in the middle, and there's ducks and there's geese swimming around. Ducks. And I noticed that, so I had to walk around that. Then I go into another room, and this is a huge room, and it's like a warehouse, but it's a community center type thing, type feel, like a market. It's like a market, but there's nobody in there. And there's not too much going on. I mean, there's market things sitting around where people are selling stuff, and there's a lot of people. But I couldn't. I oh, fuck. I had to go through that big building. Then there's another door, and I think you can smell popcorn and hot dogs, and it smells like, And I go into another room, and this room is the same as the last room. Another big looking market area. And there I go and I put the table in a pile. Oh, it was a storeroom for the market. So I went to the market and I went into the storeroom where everybody stored their boxes and their merch. And so I had to put my trains in the storeroom against the wall, folded up on a table. And then I had to go back and forth like 20 times doing this. I'm doing that, going through there, and I'm taking the tables, I'm back. Take the table, go back. Take the tables, go back. And I'm looking at the birds, looking at the people, I'm doing this. And then my cousin, no names, the one I don't like too much, he, a lot, he suddenly appears and he's with me, helping me move the tables. And he's trying to distract me from doing what I gotta do. Like, and I seen a girl over there in the market over there, and she had three boobs. I'm like, holy, look, what? And they're exposed to the public. They're just everybody's walking around. And I'm like, look at that shit. There's three of them. And I told my friend, I go, I can't handle one. And we all started laughing. And anyway, it was a joke. Anyway, I went into I put the tables in there. We started walking back. And all hell broke loose, man. You didn't believe this. As the more I worked with my cousin, the more we went back and forth, the angrier I got because he looked like my cousin, but he wasn't my cousin. But in my mind, he was my cousin. And then he started telling me what to do. He started telling me what to do, and that just fucking red. I just turned red because that's what he did. He manipulate you. He manipulated me into shit in this reality, and then accused me if I didn't agree with him. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna knock your teeth out. I didn't in this reality, but in that reality, it's different. So he's sitting there telling me what to do and how to do it, and I'm mad. And all of a sudden, I'm like, go away, go away. As he ain't gone away, but all of a sudden I look down and I'm totally naked. No socks, no hat, no shirt, no shorts. I'm totally naked. I'm looking down at myself and I got a little bit of a six pack. I couldn't even believe it. The last time I had that was when I was like 15, 16. And I didn't even have it then, but you can see, you see. I'm like, holy shit. Now I got a gut. But anyway, I'm like, holy shit. And I look down, it wasn't even phased by it. And I look up, and there's like hundreds of people. And I'm trying to figure out why am I naked. And I wasn't too embarrassed by it, but it didn't make me happy either. And so Rob gives me another order, and I just turn around and I fucking pow right in the face. Just punched him right in the face because I saw myself naked, exposed because of him. And I punched him. Pow, 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 pow. And he just took it, man. He wouldn't even bend. He wouldn't bend. I couldn't believe it. I am hitting him, and I hit him good. I was impressed, and it felt so goddamn good. Oh, it felt good. All my ligaments were firing, man. Just pow, pow. And then, as I'm fighting Rob, and he never even threw a punch at me, which made me weird, thinking, what the hell's going on? But fuck it, I'm enjoying this, and I do. I'm sorry. In the spirit world, I do. I don't fight worth nothing. I don't fight anybody in this physical world. But in the spirit world, it's like you can get away with it a lot easier. You're not going to die. You're not going to jail for fucking 7 years and the fucking lawyers and all this other bullshit. So, in the spirit world, when you fight someone, you don't have all that. Anyway, I'm fighting them. I'm hitting them. But then near the end of that, I started wondering why. And I'd throw my punches, and I couldn't understand why I wasn't hitting them. But I was earlier, but now I'm not. So I backed off. Then I turned around and I walked away, and he came up behind me, and I went, smack! I smashed him in the face, told him to fuck off. And then I'm walking by all these guys, and I'm walking by all these people, and I'm naked, and I look down, and I'm naked, man. I'm naked. I can't even fucking believe it. All of a sudden, I'm walking by these guys sitting on benches or whatever, tables. One guy's standing there leaning against a pole. And I walked by, and he's about 5 feet away, and he goes, and I stopped, and he looked like, sort of like he had blue hippie glasses, he had a beard, and he had a hat on. But it looked like one of those beach hats that are sort of round and has a top on it, sort of like in the shape of a cowboy hat, but without the cowboys. But it was more like a beach thing. I don't know. I forgot what they're called. Anyway, he's got that on, and it's green. And he's got blue sunglasses on that are round. He looks like that Beatle guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name. But anyway, from the Beatles. I just said it earlier when I wrote it on my thing. I thought about it. Anyway, I'm going by him, and he's looking at me. He's got a smile on his face, and I'm like, oh shit, I got my pants on. So I reached over, and my shorts were beside him. So I grabbed my shorts, and he's sitting there smiling. I'm like, oh fuck. So I turn around from him, and I'm taking the word. I'm like, oh, here it comes, here it comes. I'm putting my pants on, they wouldn't come up all the way. And I'm like, fuck, I'm trying to button these things up, and they wouldn't fit. And I'm like, these ain't my pants. These ain't my pants. These ain't my shorts. And all of a sudden, I look over at him because he had the smile. I want to still make sure he's where he is. And I look over at him, and he goes, Negan. He goes, Negan, like that. And I went, I'm like, fucking, and I went, now, when he said Negan, I'm watching The Walking Dead before I fall asleep. And I hate the fucking Negan guy. I hate people like that. Okay. Now, there's the attitude and the actions he does on The Walking Dead. But the actions are like separate from the personality. And that personality is people I fucking hate. And he said Negan, and it was a response to trigger me. And he did. And I fucking, pow, just fucking smashed him right in the face. Anyway, he said Negan. Then I started beating him in the fucking face. And, really good. I mean, I got like 5 solid punches. Pow, pow. And all of a sudden he gets back up, and I went to punch him more, and all of a sudden my arms went dull. Like there was nothing in them. I couldn't do anything. So I quit. And I'm pulling up my pants again. Well, my pants fell off. But I'm pulling up my pants, and I woke up in bed. First thing I hear, and I'm in the manger. First thing I hear, I can't find my tooth. He knocked my fucking tooth out. And my kids are going to scream it, and Tina's freaking out. Other Christs around are freaking out. They're all screaming, that was a hell of a fight, goddamn. And I'm going, what fight? Nobody fucking threw a punch at me. And Christ, and Tina goes, do you know who you were fighting in there? And I go, no. And she goes, Jesus, the guy that's in your manger, the guy that you're in his manger, you were fighting him. And I go, he was a hippie? And she goes, yeah, he was a hippie. I go, he had the hippie glasses? Yeah, and then Julie's like, "You knocked this tooth out. You knocked this tooth out," and he's looking for it. And he goes, "Rich, show me your hands." So I showed him my hands, and they weren't there. He's running around looking for his tooth, or wherever he is, wherever I am. Who the fuck knows? I'm like totally confused. I'm just adding it all up, and his tooth is gone. And it wasn't in my hands, and so he's looking for his tooth. And I go, "You telling me I just punched the shit out of Christ?" And she goes, "Yeah." And it was a series, dream series, but it was a dream sequence thing. I forgot what they called it. A dream where I'm gonna have more dreams like this, and it's for me to just work something out. I don't know. This is all Christ stuff. So instead of me fighting other people, Christ used himself, and he wanted me. Like I was fighting my cousin, but it wasn't my cousin. It was, I think it was the priest. Okay. My cousin was the priest. I think that's what they said. But my mind doesn't know what the priest looks like. Now, the hippie I was fighting, in the hippie glasses and the fucking green leprechaun hat and the beard, that was the real Jesus Christ that I have. He has, that I'm in his manger. That's why I can see him so fucking good. And before I went to bed, I watched Negan on The Walking Dead, and that's why he said it, because I hate that fucking character. I can't watch 2 episodes. Every time Negan walks in and kills somebody in that camp, or other people, or Glenn and the other guy, whenever Negan does a killing, I can't watch it. I just skip it because it's so fucking real. There are psychos like that in the world, straight up. And that attitude, I know it. I know that fucking attitude, and I hate it. So when he just said one word, Negan, he's looking at me with a smile on his face, and that was a direction towards me, and I just beat the fuck out of him. The thing is, he told me after, he goes, "You used to be a Negan, but you're not Negan anymore. You fucking hate Negan." And he goes, "That's why I said it, to see your response." And I'm like, "Holy shit." And he goes, "Yep, now. Well, help me look for my tooth." I go, "Check the back of your head. That's happened before. I've knocked people's teeth in the back of their head." And so he still hasn't found it from what I'm hearing. So you see, that's Christ. Now, he gave me that dream. But, and the train set that was there was him in the market selling the trains I make at the train station. And that happened a while ago. I don't make a video about it because no one gives a shit about fucking trains. So I don't bother. I do. I make a fucking 8-hour video about trains talking about it if you want, but I ain't. Anyway, it was his train set. He made the goddamn thing. But trains, everybody relates them to me because I like making trains, model trains, and other things. But the dream was what he knew. He put me in a dream, and it played out. And the 2 characters that were in a dream, one was my cousin, which is another Christ that hangs out once in a while with the Christ I'm working with and him. And I don't really like him because he really screwed me when he was with me. Now this Christ is with me, and he's the hippie guy, but he sounds like he's got a real deep, authoritative voice, almost like a cop. But he's very cool. He's very cool, and he follows the fucking rules. He follows the rules, man. He ain't fucked me yet. I don't like some of them. He ain't fucked me yet, so that's good. Like, and anyway, now he put him and his friend, the another Christ, in the dream while I'm running around fucking, and all of a sudden this Robbie guy, this my cousin, made me naked in some psychological way. I didn't even give a fuck in the dream, but it immediately changed my attitude the more here I came. Like when I looked down and I saw my stomach, I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, I'm naked. And all these people are around. Freaking me the fuck out. And I didn't know what to do. So I was worried about, and so I just beat the fuck out of him. I'm thinking it might have been a loogie, man. I'm thinking. They wouldn't tell me when I woke up. I go, who was Rob? The first guy I fought. Who was he? They wouldn't tell me. They just started popping names out. See which one I would react to. I'm like, I don't know. But I have this dream with my cousin. And it's that spite, that fucking, oh, you're doing it to me, man. You're doing it to me. Where they take that and they stick it in you and shank you when I talk to you. Well, that's what he was doing to me. He was helping me move my train tables from place to place. But then he's giving me orders and he was changing what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. I'm like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I gotta do this. Next thing I know, I'm with him and I'm naked and he's running around. I think it was fucking Loogie Man. I swear to fucking God, I think it was Loogie Man. But it looked like my cousin. Holy shit. And then I just fucking beat the hell out of him. All right, I'm gonna make a. Oh, the last part of 16. Okay, so this is the video I was gonna do, but I'm just making one because it loads onto YouTube and the other platform easier. So, oh no, maybe I won't. Anyway, guys, that happened. Holy fuck, and it felt good. I don't know, but it feels good when you're fighting, man, and you're really, really angry, and you're really there. And Jesus is still looking for us too. All right. I gotta go. That wasn't a dream. He was actually, we were actually there at the fucking warehouse and all the people. And I was with Jesus. And the other characters started playing me and I just started fighting. They took my fucking shorts away. And I was totally fucking naked. Couldn't believe it. And then being naked is being the innocence. Being innocent. You're totally innocent. You got no clothes. The emperor wears no clothes. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I keep forgetting what that means. And I don't know. I just beat the fuck out of him. Holy fuck. I woke up feeling good. Fuck. I didn't want to stop fighting, but I did. Anyway, I'm gonna whip these together and end the video.